automations. Management doesn't seem to implement them very well, and it creates a huge anxiety level. And then what I see is cancer. There's always one person that is super negative about the move or the change, and it just creates this tidal wave of negative emotions about that situation. And then the other side of that, again, is what I had mentioned before, is the feeling of not belonging anymore, feeling that their job could be taken away from them at any given time. They do not feel like they have any kind of ownership at all in the company anymore. And so therefore people are leaving their positions. They're not staying because as we all know, the human factor is that we want to feel like we belong, we hold value. We want to be able to have because we're there for 8 hours a day or longer, we want to be able to have our children's pictures up. So, yes. And people, they're taking that away from the employees. So I see a huge need for somebody to come into these companies and help them accept this change and create a more positive environment, create a different culture. So that's what I'm looking at, and it's something I've been wanting to do for years as far as being a motivational speaker. And years ago, I started writing a seminar about it, what I would do, how I would process how I would set the seminar up, what the topics were, and how I was going to address each issue. But I never did finish it. I never did follow through with it because life happens, and timing is everything, right? Timing's everything. And I wasn't quite apparently, or probably not prepared for it yet. So here I am, and
the time is
meeting the most dynamic people. The time is now. What better time than now?
So what are your plans to get that message out, to get found?
Well, I'm working on my speech development, and how to really, because I've never really been a speaker. I've spoken before, but I've never gone through any formal training at all. And so that's what I'm doing right now, is I've immersed myself into a speaking group to teach me how to, or not only just teach me, but give me feedback. I need feedback because I know how to speak, but I need feedback on how it's being accepted, how it's being received.
Right on. So, and then as a platform to tell that message other than physically as in a talk, are you building a website or a video series around that or something? Or?
I haven't done that yet. I do have a bunch of, I actually bought domain.
I lost you again. Oh, you're back. I just lost the signal for a second.
Are you up? Are you there still?
Yeah, I am.
There you are. So I'm dabbling in understanding the website and how to build the website and all that. And I actually paid somebody to do it. I think I explained to you. I started an e-commerce business, and I am very displeased with the website. It's not what I wanted, and they're not responding to me.
I remember telling you.
And so I've lost my steam a little bit about it, because I have so many things on my plate. My design business is just starting to take off again, and that's great. But I'd love to get this other side going so that it's a passive income, so that I actually can focus on the things that I really want to focus on. And that business is it's just gadgets and gear, full e-commerce business. It's all set up except for the website it's horrible as far as visually. And so I've had people come onto it. I'm trying to figure out how to change it, and that's not my skill set. So
So
it's a
what
really rough
platform are they
road.
building?
You know what? I'm not sure. I'm on Shopify.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
And
a fabulous platform.
yeah, but it's really I don't know. I don't understand it, and I'm jumping into somebody already doing something and creating a customized page, and I don't know how to change it. I don't know how to add some of the things that they have on there. I don't know. I'm sort of locked. So it's disappointing because I've invested money into it, and yeah, so that's one side. That's one other side, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Goodness.
So that's that, and I've already invested $5,000 into that, and that's a big chunk of change that I didn't really have, and I just took the bull by the horns and just did it.
Yes, yes.
And so now I'm in this dilemma, which is frustrating, but so there's that, and then and so I am all over the place, but I really want to start focusing on what I really want to do, and that is public speaking, and that is motivational speaking, business enhancement speaking.
Love
So
it. Yeah, and I'm
yeah.
sure there's a real need for it too. But I mean, I have a semi-virtual team. So of the 6 full-time people that we have, 3 of them work here in my home. We have a home office underneath. We have a walkout basement, which is like our own version of Starbucks. And
Nice.
and then 3 others that work a little bit here, but mostly from home. They're all moms of children. So one maybe I see every other week, and the other 2 one I see once a week and one I see twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of the time they do what they do from their house, which we use a program called Slack, so I can monitor exactly what's going on every day and ask questions. So it works really well. But I do love having more people around me because there's a creative energy when there's a group of people all in the same room.
Right. Yeah. And because what you do is extremely creative. So I absolutely understand that need for that collaboration.
Yeah.
Verbally hearing that person, being right there in the same room. I can absolutely
you could do it with Zoom, and we do a lot of our calls on Zoom, especially our client calls. And it's because I'm so used to it, and I have a good microphone set up and everything. But there's nothing beats a team in the same room sort of coming up with an idea. So I agree with you. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you build websites, and you push the website through social medias and different things like that, right? What is your process as far as like if I were to hire you to do that for me, what's this next step if I was to hire you and get that start in that rolling and fix what these guys did and yeah.
Yeah. One of my team is very focused on e-commerce and Shopify. Her name is Andrea. So if they've given you WordPress access at an administrator level, which is what we need, we could go in and sort of see where it's at and see what needs fixing. And we've got several huge sites on Shopify that we've built over the years and exceptionally successful. One in the Olympic Peninsula in Seattle there, and they have clients all over the world, and it's an amazing shopping cart, and it adds on suggests the products when people buy one product, and that many, probably 4 years with that client now, developing it still, and that's an amazing thing. And then so we possibly could help you just get it finished, sure. Okay. But then the other side is what it would look like for you and I to work together to just put a proper strategic plan around your keynote and how you would get into the business place through LinkedIn, and not necessarily have to show up in Orange County and sort of knock on doors, but how those HR managers and people who are in charge of the change, if you like, the anthropology of the workplace, people that really need someone who can just get it and actually could come in physically even and sort of work with these people and manage as you say, the cancer yeah. So how do you tell that story? You do it through a really good website with a great blog, And then
Yep.
tons of social media examples of workplaces that work and workplaces that don't, and top-down philosophies. So one day you might be talking about Richard Branson and how he runs a Virgin Group and how everybody feels that they're on sort of a horizontal platform together, and there's very little top-down vertical, compared to other companies where, you know, the boss walks in and everybody puts their head down and he walks out and they all, you know, that we don't, we know there's both, right? And there's room for growth in both of those, and positioning you as a contemporary thought leader, because the beautiful thing with you doing these ad hoc jobs for companies is it's put you in so many places to be able to have real-time experience because of what you've been doing, and deliberately you've done that, A, to fill gaps for the company, but also for you to build up your intellectual property, if you like, around what that workplace strategy looks like. And with that, then the opportunity is for you to impart that knowledge back to people through a strategy. So the way that would work, I think Erin sent you a form yesterday, but I don't know if you had a chance to fill it in. But typically, we start with a good baseline assessment of where you're at, what you've got online, what you haven't, who you see as potentially your competitors, if there are any. And then from that, then we come up with a plan around getting you on board, working out, obviously you bought domains and stuff, working out a website framework that would work for you, that reflects who you are as a person. Because every website we design is designed around a personality rather than a problem. And then we have that whole problem solution piece where this is the situation, this is how you could come in and fix it. But what we try to do is, and a lot of people talk that way, but what I try and do is I go PSD, which is the problem, you have a solution, but you also create a desire for people to work with you. And that's the secret sauce, is this empowering of who Heather is and how, I'm recording this, so I can send you a copy of it too. But how they could get in touch with you and work with you, because they're attracted not just to you, physically from the photographs on the website and the design of the website, but also the messaging that really speaks to their brain around your experience and your solutions. We don't give it all the way on the website, but we certainly position you with enough material so that people can give you that email, get a PDF download of some tips that you would give to how to cure cancer in the workplace, and give people a place to put the picture of their daughter, let them have their own cubby. So even if there's a co-working space, that they can go in and they can put their stuff somewhere that's their box. My daughter works in a large medical practice, and she's just moved from one to another. And one of the first things she noticed was the second one, everybody had their own cubby. So she said, at least there isn't this kitchen table where you put your lunch down and you don't know if someone's going to move it, but this one, it's like my box. And she just feels so much better because she has a box,
Right. And it's ownership. It's just, you feel, when you're spending that much time and you're in the workplace, if you walk around offices that are happy, they have pictures of their family. They are, they get to see their family, even though they're not seeing their family. They get to see their pictures, and it makes them feel, yes, exactly. Hey. And it really brings you, it makes you feel homey in your workspace.
Yeah.
And that's lacking in our workspaces today. And so that's wonderful. Even just having just something simple as that to give them a little tangible piece of that feeling is better than nothing at all. Yeah.
And that's what we do. So we do it, and then we run a couple of different courses in parallel to that build. And you can do it in different ways, but some people choose to build a website themselves or have a friend who's building it, and that's fine. So we always put people through what we call our social media boot camp, which is where it's a 5-week live course that I deliver, which is as Lisa was talking about, this 5-step process. And so I take people to a 5-step process of using social media very effectively, positioning you as the expert without people ever feeling that you're being salesy. I mean, it's a desire piece and the empowering piece that people they're in love with who you are and your lifestyle and the way you speak and the way you act, and they want a piece of that. So that's a strategy that I intertwine in social media. And then once we have that piece and you understand how social media can work in a very effective way, then we go deeper with what we call content marketing, where we specifically come up with the titles of certain topics that people might be going into Google to research. And then from that, then we work around writing articles that will get you found by Google, but will also super positioning you for your expertise, so that by the time people call you, you're not having to justify who you are or how much it costs or what it looks like. They already know all of that. The only thing that happens is like, are they a fit for you? And when could you start?
Mm-hmm.
That's the only two. I mean, even the price, you can cover the price off quite often, but you have to be able to work with them. And so they have to be conducive to listening and receiving what you bring to the table. And second of all, does your schedule match their schedule? But the rest of it, a really good strategy that we'd help you write would do that for you.
Okay. All right. Well, this is what I want to do, and I need to figure out how to do it, and financially I need to figure out how to do it. And that's a big part of what's in my challenge right now. And I don't know if I expressed this to you when I met with you there, but I put myself in a huge financial debt going to school,
Mm-hmm.
and that school. So it's a huge a huge pressure on my shoulders financially, and so I am trying to figure out how to manage all of these things that I want to move forward on, and so that has been kind of a barrier for me as far as taking on more debt, if you know what I mean. So and what's interesting is my design business is becoming so busy right now that I actually might be able to overcome this issue actually quite quickly.
I'm sure.
So that would be lovely. It would be really lovely. But what I've been doing is just taking the bull by the horns and going, okay, well, what's a little more debt? Let's just make it worse.
The right kind of debt is good. I mean, if you invest in something that's going to make you money, then of course.
Absolutely. Well, and that was what it was supposed to happen. But this that I was in was learning how to trade the stock market. But what ended up happening was I use an Apple. I use a Mac, and their system does not support the Mac program. So the Mac system. So I've had to kind of go through hoops trying to make it work for me, and it just won't work for me. And I've spent a ton of money, and so now I'm back to square one with a huge amount of debt, and it's been a really difficult, mentally to get past that part of it, because I've never been in debt before. It's been years since I've been in debt. I've been debt free for the long, long time, and I put myself in some radical debt in 2018, and I'm just like, So that's kind of where I'm at financially. But I definitely need to move forward. I need to get this done, because the only way that I can do this is with the right tools.
Yes.
And that's it. That's just the bottom line, is I need the right tools. And I think that I'm finally getting to that place where I'm meeting the right people to get me to help me get there. And I see it's becoming more and more clear of my future.
Yeah.
And when you can see it, you can almost touch it. It's like I can almost touch it.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
So
the best way for you to start with me would be to go through our boot camp.
Okay.
Which is a 5-week live course. It's all on Pacific time. You're in California, right? So we're in the same time zone. It's what, 3:30 or so.
Yeah.
So I deliver that twice a week, every Tuesday and Thursday for 5 weeks, and it's me delivering it live. As I was saying, it's in a private Facebook group, and it's just a group of entrepreneurs that work together. And quite often there's business that gets done within that group, because as we're telling each other's story through social media, other people are listening. It's like, oh my word. And people are getting business out of the group while the group is even going on. It's quite remarkable how that happens. So that's the lowest price point thing that we have already anyway. And it's also the starting point. No matter what program people go into with me, they always go through the bootcamp anyway, because they
Okay.
need to get my philosophy of how, for the last 10 years, I've helped over 600 businesses do really, really well through social media. And second of all, how I do really well through social media is it's the same strategy. And that's a 5-week course that starts. The next one starts April 9th. So it's about a month away ago. So that would be the first step that I think would be really, really useful for you. And then you get to know me, I get to know you, you get to know the group a bit more. And at that point, then you could see where you're at.
Right.
Have a look at the other website during that time as well with one of my designers to see if we couldn't just finish it off for you. And what kind of gadgets is the e-commerce about?
It's electronics and travel gadgets. It's, it's just little cameras and just little gadgets that people gravitate towards.
Love that kind of stuff.
And there's travel gear. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of travel gear. Absolutely love it. That's, it's terrible. And the smaller the gadget, the better, because it's easier to travel with.
Yeah.
So, so that's where I'm at, for that. Honestly, because I like those things, I thought, well, maybe that would be a good thing to start with. But I do want to grow that, the inventory to. My brother is an artist and he has a clothing line. So would like to do, and it's all kind of athletic style and travel gear, clothing. So I'd like to incorporate that once I have it, figured all out, because I don't want to.
When you have the e-commerce platform, how are you going to promote it? Are you going to do Google AdWords or have it?
Right. So
how do you do that?
Yeah. And so it's already bringing traffic to it, but nobody's staying, nobody's buying, because it's horribly laid out. It's called Smart Shop Daily.
.com.
Yep.
Okay. Keep chatting. I'll have a quick look.
Yeah. So it's red, white, and blue, and it's just horrible. I mean, it's not horrible. It's just not something that I want, and so I want to have it. It needs to be. I don't think it needs all that much work. It just needs a different It just needs a different look. And I've got all the themes and all of that, so it's just a matter of getting it.
I got it. I can see the kind of things that you sell. There's some really nice stuff here.
Yeah, I've handpicked them, of a lot of different styles, but it's all kind of geared towards traveling and then the gadget thing, because people that travel love cameras and different things, and so
flashlights and Garmin's and all sorts of things here. Yeah.
I
like it.
Yeah. So the whole red, white, and blue thing, and then that's that logo. I've actually want to. That's not my logo.
Oh.
So, and I tried getting the guy to call me back, and then just never really called me back. And I'm just like, I didn't ask much. I didn't ask for much, but I wanted it to be a little bit more earthy, more comfortable, and that is not comfortable.
I'm just trying to check out now to see how it works. It looks to be Google Pay, PayPal. I mean, it all looks to work.
Yeah, it works. It works. I haven't marketed it because I've actually asked a few friends to take a look at it, and they're like, oh. So it's not something that, I've got. My feedback was the website feels kitschy. It feels it's not comfortable to be on. As far as the feeling when you open up the page, it's not a warm and fuzzy feel, and I want it to be a warm and fuzzy feel. I want people to stay around a little while, right? You don't want them to just pop on and pop off because it's just too.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, and so I'd like it to have just a little bit different feel to it, which is warmer. Earthier. I'm a traveler, so I have pictures from all over the world that are my pictures that I can incorporate on there to instill And I wouldn't even mind having a blog section
Well, you
on there
could,
for
because then
travelers.
you could literally review different products and show you in Italy, and this is how I traveled across Europe for a month with just a carry-on, but with all these gadgets, I was able to do that kind of thing. And there's lots that you
Exactly.
can do simply with that.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just give that homepage, especially if it was more of a personality. If it was a picture of you sitting in Italy with a glass of wine in a street cafe, and just say, I travel all over the world, and it's a way of life, and I get so frustrated that I just can't find the right stuff that I need, and I spend so much time on Amazon trying to find stuff, and then try and look for the best price, and then you know what, I should just do it myself. And this is
Right.
what I've done, and maybe have a video around that. And before you know it, there's a personality behind the brand, and you'd be away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's kind of how I feel it. That's how I feel it should be. And it's obviously not that at all. So
I'm hearing you.
yeah.
So have they given you WordPress access to the back end?
Yes, I have all of that.
I mean, if you want to send me something like that, I could get one of our team to have a look at it in the back end, and then just see what how well it's built, and then we could look at how we could change it if necessary. Because one thing I noticed is no privacy policy on this around security. Even though it's HTTPS, there should be a privacy policy in the bottom of this, just to tell people that you protect the email and all this kind of thing.
Okay.
Oh, I can see. Oh, I can see it now. It's
yeah, because my domain is definitely protected.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I couldn't see the privacy policy, but now I do. It was just in the footer, but it was very hidden. So
it needs to be a bit larger.
Well, it's white on gray in the bottom, and then there's a tiny little word that says privacy policy, and I see it now, but typically we have it so it pops up as a pop-up when people first arrive, and you often see that on sites now as like a cookies thing. So, because what you want to be able to do is put cookies on this so that when people arrive on the site, even if they don't buy, and that your ads on Facebook or Google actually follow them around so they remember you, and we retarget them, and then they could come back to the ad, and you can track people going through. So
so I thought it had it, but I don't. Obviously, you're probably seeing it.
And
I can email you the whole all the login information.
Sure.
Yeah, I can send that to you very easily, and then and I believe I've already downloaded a few themes, but I just don't know how to get it. I don't know how to get the little icons on there for the guarantees and all that different things. All that's incorporated in the customized one that he did, and I don't know how to get that part of it onto a new theme. So I have that little challenge too. So I will definitely
you shouldn't be having to learn how to do that. You just need to find somebody that you can trust who can just do it in no time at all. So you can concentrate on other things, right?
Exactly. And so, and I know it's, it's going to cost me more money, but that's, that is what it's going to be.
That's fine. You can't just give up and it not work. You have to love it to be able to use it, right?
Right. Well, that's it. And, I need to be able to say, hey, go to my website. And right now I'm like, it's not something I truly want to do. I'm like, I go, you can check it out. Yeah, check it out. What do you think? But I already know, because it's not a warm and fuzzy feel.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So yes. So let's, if you,
we can look at that too.
I'll send you that information. And just let me know what you need from me financially, to take care of that.
Sure thing.
And then we'll go from there. And then the boot camp, April 9th.
Yeah.
So I would love to do that with you. And I'll fill out that form that you sent me.
Yeah, that would help. Yeah. And then we can get that going for you as well. Yeah, lots we can do.
Okay. Okay.
And I'll get Erin to send you some links to that next week.
Okay.
And the sooner you join that, I mean, even though it starts April 9th, there is some bonuses for people who join early, and they can actually start on the calls with me every week, literally is the same week that they join. So you could be in for 4 or 5 weeks, even before the boot camp starts, with a lot of resources that we have in the academy, and then also getting a chance to meet with me once a week on virtual coffee, and we could be brainstorming straight away as well.
That would be fabulous.
Yeah, we can do that as soon as you're ready, and I'll find a coupon code for you as well.
Okay, thank you.
I know we have a couple in there, so I'll find your code and we'll get you a deal.
All right, I appreciate it, Jonathan.
Hey, it's good to see you. Yeah, I'm excited.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, so
I am too.
What's your plans for the weekend?
So I'm I volunteered to offer my time for a Toastmasters group. And so I'm going to help them out a little bit for an event. And I'm networking. So I am a network guru right now. I am all over it, networking every single place I could possibly network, because right now I am working as a sales director for an accounting and business development firm. And so I'm networking their business.
Good stuff.
Well, and what's great about it is I'm meeting so many incredible people. And so I know when I'm ready to unleash this business, I will already have set the groundwork for them trusting me.
Yeah. How are you building this network in terms of a database or something?
I'm using it's called, what is it called? Zoho?
Yep.
Okay. So I'm using that. We're using that system. It seems to be a pretty decent system. There was another one that we were using and I didn't like it at all. So this one though turned out is fairly easy to use, and it allows you to manage fairly decently with a pretty low price tag for the company. And it's not mine. It's actually there. It's set up under Transparity. I'm the one entering all the information. So I don't know if you have any other suggestions, or if you provide one.
Well, I use Pipedrive, and that's what Erin uses. So every time I meet somebody, like we did, so I would scan your business card, and Erin puts it into Pipedrive. And then if we get permission, we'll add someone to our email list as well. And then when I meet someone and I record a call, and I'll put that call against that person, and I'll make some notes. And then, so every individual person that I've met, I have notes around where I think, the conversation went, if there was something that we'd like to buy, if there's something in the future that's coming up that we could help them with. And that's how I do it.
Okay. And it's called Pipedrive.
Pipedrive. The other thing I do is...
Yeah, stickies.
Pretty much everybody I meet gets a sticky note as well. And we know when I'm sitting here and I'll just look at somebody's name, and I'll just go straight to Facebook, and I'll just see where they're at. And I'll do that multiple times a day, and just in my break times as I stay very in touch with people on predominantly Facebook, and that works really well.
Right. It does. And I know that, I think that a lot of people are coming back to Facebook. I know that people were stepping away from it, and I think they're coming back to it. I actually do not have a lot of personal information on there anymore, other than my photographs. My life is on there as far as photographs, but personal information,
that's okay.
Not accurate. It's not correct. It says I live in Happy Valley.
Oh.
And I chose Happy Valley because it just sounds happy.
Yes.
But I don't live in Happy Valley. Happy Valley is not a very happy place, but it just sounds happy. Yeah, California, Happy Valley, California is I don't even know if it even shows it. I think I took it away for so you couldn't see any of my information. But it's funny because I got hacked, and they had all my bank information and all these different things. And so I started deleting actual personal data, and keeping people from actually being able to link onto phone numbers and emails and all that stuff on Facebook. But if I do a page on there, that's different, because I can set it up so it actually has the detail I want them to have.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have an
I don't think
800
we're friends on
number.
Facebook, are we?
I thought we're not. I need
Well, if we are,
I
I'm
need to
just putting
friend
in your
you.
name. And what name do you use on Facebook?
Heather Marie, Marie.
Yeah. And then surname?
Hmm?
Is that just Heather Marie?
Yes.
Not seeing it.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to my
Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I do.
here.
I think I have
And
just found it. This
it's
is you in.
I'm wearing a black top,
Yeah,
smiley face.
I think I found it because there's a couple of mutual friends. There's
Yes.
George Carroll and Renee that was at the event, and Joshua and
Yes.
Kristen.
Yes.
I have sent you a friend request. You just haven't accepted it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, you just now?
No, I had already. Or maybe I did. Just
Good.
remember, I didn't show.
Okay.
It looks like a picture of Santorini or somewhere on the cover.
Yes, that is Santorini. Nice pick. Nice.
No, my Greece.
I
recognize the islands.
I'm trying to. Oh, I love it. I love traveling. It's one of my most favorite things to do.
Yep.
Aside of, it's funny. I call myself a life. There you are, a life coach, unpaid life coach. So I have a lot of people that come to me for that need guidance.
Yes.
And I don't charge a dime for it.
Oh, well, we're gonna fix that.
Right? Yes, I finally have learned to start saying no. I'm like, I cannot keep doing it this way. So I'm trying to get to.
Okay,
There you are.
Barrett
Okay.
Jackson pictures of yours as well. Wow.
What pictures?
The Barrett Jackson pictures.
Oh yes, yeah.
Our auctions are beautiful.
Fun times, right? All
Yeah.
kinds of fun times.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
add me, and then let's stay in touch there as well.
Okay. Well, it gave me a moment to. I'll befriend you. So you can see all of that. I'm surprised that you can see all of that. Did I befriend you yet?
No.
I thought I hit a button.
You can see very little on your timeline, but just in your cover pictures and whatever is some Barrett Jackson stuff. So.
Okay, I'm trying to get back.
I mean, I can't comment on your page. I can't like it. Oh, yeah, on some posts I can.
Okay, I just did it. You'll be able to see it now.
Woohoo!
There you are. You're in.
There you are, my friend.
You're in the in circle.
Woohoo! And you're selling your bike.
In my in circle.
Nice.
So there we go.
Perfect. So what are you're selling stuff from Victoria's Secret?
No.
No? Beach pool bathing suit cover black. Is that you?
Oh yes. I do have a piece that I was selling.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the right page now. Okay.
Yes. Because I don't know how people see my page. It's kind of interesting.
I could show you. I could share the screen and show you what it looks like.
Because when you go on your screen, it's set up for only. Yeah.
So this is what I see now as for friends, and if I go to the about section, there's nothing there at all, other than October, and then a couple of people that we both know. These are some of your pictures.
Yeah.
And then
all right.
The timeline obviously is different posts that you've got.
Yes.
That's where I
see. And it shows what it shows that. Interesting. I didn't know that it showed that on my Facebook page.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yep. No, that's fine.
I sell so much stuff on Facebook. It's fantastic.
Yeah. That's
I love
friend's dog.
Yeah, and then this is obviously my Facebook, and what I try and do is obviously my picture reflects who I am and what I do, and you see me speak, and then I always link my business page to my Facebook as my employer. So all the work that I do is coming out directly from my business page here. So that's a big opportunity for you is to really leverage a business page.
Yeah.
Because I have 20-something thousand people on this page almost.
Wow.
That's definitely where the opportunity is.
It is, and I'm slowly learning that because I started a Transparity group Facebook page and been doing some marketing on it and trying to obviously to drum up some business for them through that.
Yeah.
Has not been all that successful.
You
and
just need the
I've just
right
been
mentor.
well, that is exactly my thought. So, and I think, and I'm pretty certain that I found the right one. Loving
I've heard
talking
he's
with
quite fun to
you.
work with.
You know what? Your smile does it all. You just make you people happy. That's it, right? That's what it's all about. Having fun in what you do.
Yeah.
And when you love what you do, it really comes across in a positive way.
I love Lisa Sasevich just because she taught me how to leverage what I do from a physical capacity to a group capacity.
Yeah.
And, I'll always sort of blow her horn, but it's not for everybody, and it's a lot of money. And
It's
for
a
the
lot of
same amount
money.
you can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, and I honestly, I would love to be a part of her be a sassy. But again, so another 25 grand out of my pocket is not, I can't, I'm already 30,000 in debt to this other program. And so to add another 25 is not even a possibility.
No, and it wouldn't be.
I mean, no.
Let's get you making some money first, and then we'll look at it again.
Yes. Yes, exactly. So, and I would love to do it. Like I said, in the future, it's definitely something that it's on my to-do list. But I think that, you and I working together can accomplish quite a bit. And
no kidding. Yeah. I'm
yes,
excited.
yes, me too.
Beautiful.
Me too. So
Okay.
thank you for your time. I
Thanks for
appreciate
coming
it.
over.
I know. Yes, absolutely. Thanks for inviting me.
Anytime.
And
We'll
I'll send you
get
that
to
information. Yep. And then just send me what you need from me.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Jonathan.
Bless you.
Nice to see you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.